Hiya Keith, lovely to meet you the other day and begin working on your game. Just a quick recap on the key points that we covered. It's really to do with this takeaway. The back of the left wrist, remember we referred to that as accumulator number 3. Loads too much too soon. And what that tends to do then is, rather than the hands working up this red line to about waist level before then trying to work up onto the second red line, it forces the hands up too soon, so you can see that they're already approaching the second red line, the higher red line, by waist level, and that's pushing the club way too deep at this point in the swing. As you then continue up, the angle of the shaft becomes very flat. It's very difficult to complete anything nearing a full goal swing, and you can see now as you approach the top there's a tendency to sort of cross the line and then steepen the shaft during the downswing. So look at the difference between the angle of the shaft coming down, midway down, compared to the angle of the shaft midway back, which is the green line. Much steeper. It's then a battle to keep the club on the inside, which you manage to do, but there's a lot of smoke and mirrors and rescuing going on in that swing. So that first move you talked about having a little bit of a loop. The loop's actually happening from here. The club goes so far behind you that you've got to somehow get it back into a position to hit resembling a good goal shot from. So that move there needs to be tightened up. The way we do that is by working on the takeaway. So what we've done here now is we've talked about trying to feel that the back of the left wrist doesn't do anything up to waist level. So there's the initial line the hands should work up before getting on to the higher line from about waist level. As you now go back, we're going to load accumulator number 3. The back of the left hand isn't going to load at all until after waist level. Now, does it load a little bit, but is it controlled? Much better. So the difference in those two positions now, club still much nearer being on the plane. The angle at which the shoulders swing or turn is steeper, resulting in a slightly steeper angle halfway back. Just going to get rid of these lines now. See how that line hits the ground much nearer to the ball that you're hitting than with your previous swings, and then steepens dramatically in the downswing. Much more of a one-plane movement, or a less of a movement, a less of a shifting of the plane as you start down. You can see that movement there is much lower maintenance based on an improved takeaway. So it's the key point in your swing is that first move. From there on in, that sets up a chain reaction of better moves during the swing, allowing you to dispatch the ball much more consistently. And I'm just going to get rid of my title screen and play those two side by side. Just so that you can have a look at these two as a comparison. So the left wrist on the left is loading too soon rather than staying, the feeling is that the back of the left hand is going to stay pointed to the ground as the club approaches waist level. You can see the club not rolling behind you as much. The backswing's on a much better line, shaft's not as far across the line, so the position of the shaft here is improved, and as a result there's no need to steepen the shaft to the same degree as you're in the downswing. Much simpler move as you start down. Follow through, very similar. This one on the left looks a little bit disjointed, but overall the key move, and the thing I'm happy with the most, is this first move away from the ball. So improve the takeaway. Left wrist doesn't need to do anything. No rotation of the left wrist during the early part of the swing. Good luck with it, and look forward to working with you again in the coming weeks. Well done.